The WestJet strike is over. Aircraft mechanics who were on the picket line are back at work, but returning to normal service is going to take a little bit of time. CBC's Marianne Demain has the details.
WestJet and the Aircraft Mechanics Fraternal Association reached that second tentative agreement late Sunday, bringing an end to that strike that stranded more than 100,000 passengers and parked many planes and canceled hundreds of flights over the course of this very busy Canada Day long weekend. The union, after that agreement was reached, ordering all of its members to return back to the job immediately. Now, the details include a 15.5% wage increase, according to the union, as well as an out-year pay increase of 3.25% and 2.5% over the 5-year term. Now, the union represents 680 workers, including mechanics and engineers, those who are responsible for inspecting and repairing the aircraft. They hit the picket lines last week, despite binding arbitration from the Federal Minister of Labor. And at the time when this strike began, WestJet called it a, quote, act of pure retaliation. In response, the union said that the company wasn't responding to its counterproposal, both accusing each other of not bargaining in good faith. But both sides resumed talks on Sunday for the first time since Thursday, and now we're hearing a response from both sides, including WestJet. And this is what it said in part in a statement released. The damage to Canadians and our airline is massive. A swift resolution was necessary. We take no victory laps on this outcome, but we'll sleep better tonight knowing further harm has been prevented. We will see no further labor action coming out of this dispute, as both parties agree to arbitrate the contract in the case of a failed ratification. The union, meanwhile, said the final concessions were made in part because of the Canada Industrial Relations Board decision to uphold their right to strike. As for what's next, members will now have to ratify this tentative agreement, and they'll do that in the form of a vote. As for how quickly things will return back to normal operations, WestJet says it will take some time because of the impact of this strike. It says that when the strike began, it had to park 130 planes across 13 airports across the country. And so it will take not only today into tomorrow, but potentially the rest of the week for those operations to return back to normal. Since the strike began, 832 flights were canceled, and as I mentioned, that impacted more than 100,000 passengers who were trying to fly to their destinations. Many now left frustrated, wondering what to do next. WestJet, in response, is thanking its customers for their patience. Marianne Demain, CBC News, Toronto.